Part 7 of Easter week. This is the Easter day. And we all celebrate He is risen. And we all get excited about the fact that He's risen. But I'll tell you, as I studied this week, I got more excited about something other than the fact that He is risen. You say, Pastor, how is that possible? Well, let me read you a story first of all. It's the story of the Easter Sunday. It says in Matthew 28, "And after the Sabbath, as it began to dawn during the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came and stood at the grave. Behold, a severe earthquake had occurred, for an angel of the Lord had descended from heaven, came and rolled away the stone and sat upon it. And this appearance was like lightning, and his garments were as white as snow. And the guards shook for fear of him, and became like dead men. The angel answered and said to the women, 'Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus, who has been crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, just as he said. Come and see the place where he was lying, and go quickly and tell his disciples.'" You say, "Well, Pastor, that is the resurrection." Yes, it is. But you know, a week ago, a pastor of the church that we're attending preached a message about expectations. I want you to think about expectations for a minute. The women came bringing additional ointments and so on for his burial. They were not expecting him to be alive. The disciples didn't even come. They weren't expecting an empty tomb. Isn't it ironic? They had seen Jesus raise a little girl from the dead. They had seen Jesus raise Lazarus from the dead. And today, we as Christians have seen stories and heard stories about people whose hearts stopped and they were pronounced dead on operating tables and then were revived later, sometimes hours later. Nevertheless, we are amazed at coming back from the dead. But I submit to you that the most exciting part of the Easter story to me, and certainly it's important that Jesus proved that he had the power over death and that he was going to fulfill what he said he was going to do, which was be raised from the dead in 3 days. But let me tell you what I found so exciting this week. In Acts chapter 1, verse 9, "And after Jesus had said these things, he was lifted up while they were looking on, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And as they were gazing intently into the sky, while he was departing, behold, 2 men in white clothing stood beside them, and said, 'Men of Galilee, why do you stand here looking into the sky? This Jesus who has been taken up from you into the heavens will come in the same way as you have watched him go into heaven.'" Do you understand why I got excited? You see, it was very essential that Jesus proved that he had the power over death and came back to life. But even more exciting than that is that Jesus is the only one, doesn't count the little girl, doesn't count Lazarus, he's the only one who bodily ascended into heaven and promised he's coming back again. Now that's my thought for the day. You have a wonderful Easter. God bless you.